Hey guys, welcome to Testing Academy. My name is Pramod and welcome to the Master API Testing with Rest Assure. Guys, in this video we are going to discuss about the web authentication and the cookie, right? As well as we are going to also discuss about the JSON basics. In the end of this video, you will learn, basically you will able to understand what exactly is web authentication, what are different type of authentication, what is cookie actually, and why we need to learn while doing the API testing, as well as I'm gonna discuss about the certain JSON basics as well as practical demo where we will basically parse and you have certain tasks to do in the end. So let's see what is there, right? Let me make myself smaller and yeah. So as I told you, authentication basics, cookie and JSON basics, these are the three concepts that we are gonna learn, right? Let's start with the most important one, which is the concept related to the authentication, right? What is authentication and why you should learn while doing the API testing? I know, guys, this is a theoretical concept, but trust me, these are the basics one. And if you don't understand this thing, you will have a hard time while doing the API testing. I've been into the industry for more than 8 years. Just trust me on this that you need to understand authentication first, right? So authentication, let's go one by one, right? Let me pull up my notes. So authentication is basically a type of process presenting your credential like username or a password or any kind of a secret key to the system, right? System will basically validate your credential and basically allows you to access, right? So if you see, there's a particular difference between the authentication and authorization. And this is one of the interview question. Please pay attention. Authentication is nothing but whenever you just sign on your Facebook account, right? You enter your username and password, right? You click on submit, it will go to a server will validate it, and it will basically allow you to access your Facebook profile, right? So authentication basically means that are you allowed to access the app? Right? Are you allowed to access the Pramod Datta profile? If yes, you need to present the Pramod Datta username, Pramod Datta's password, right? Whereas if we talk about authorization, right, it's little bit different. It is basically what are you allowed to modify in the app, right? So if we talk about the authorization, it basically means you are logged in or you are already have access to that app, what kind of things that you can modify in that app, right? I can write my status or not, something like that, right? So that is a different one, which is authorization in that case, right? Uh, Different methods that you can use with authentication, and we are discussing about the only web authentication in this case, right? So we have a different methods in that. So let's jump into the uh, about the next slide. And in this, basically, we are discussing the authentication, right? In a very simpler manner. So, authentication is basically used to protect the content over the web so that any kind of a valid user can access. So, that we have discussed earlier, right? If you want to access the Pramod Datta Facebook profile, you need to enter the credential of Pramod Datta, right? So so these credentials can tell the system about who you are, right? And it basically enable the system to ensure and confirm your user identity, right? It's important concept. Why? Because wherever you are entering my username and my password, it means you are a valid person. Your entity is confirmed by the server, right? Uh, it means here the system can be anything. It can be a computer, phone, or bank, or any physical official premises that you are accessing, right? Right. Okay, so let's jump into the next one. What are the different types of authentication? So we have the first thing first is that we have basic authentication. So in basic authentication, what you have is that basically you have username and password, which is basically encoded into the uh, a base 64 format, right? I'm going to explain you with the Postman, right? Uh, in the digest authentication, basically is performed by transmitting the password in an encrypted format. In basic authentication, we just have a base 64. So if anyone basically can sniff your traffic, right, it can see your username and password. So this is, if you see AM90 equal to, right, this is just a base 64 encoded my username and password for this website. So if I pass this basic authorization, right? So that will allow me to access the this website basically, right? Uh, in the digest authentication, we pass the password in an encrypted format with some salt. So basically, we just encrypt the password in that case, right? And the third important one, which is important for your interview also, which is the oath, right? It's an authentication protocol that allows you to approve one application and interact with another on the behalf of without giving a password, right? So oath you have been using very much. For example, whenever you are using Google sign-ins, right? Stack Overflow signing, and probably Twitter you are using, right? If you are using Stack Overflow, right, for example, and you have used Google or Twitter sign-in, right? So you don't enter your password in that case, right? So one application interact with other application without sharing the password, right? So that is what exactly is an oath, and it is right now becoming a very, very you can say important as well as very, very much common to use in analytics, right? Uh, so let's jump into the concept of cookies. So that means after that we'll have some demo around it, and please stick to the end because you're gonna learn a lot. Cookies are basically nothing but a small text files, which basically gives that ID tags, or basically they are stored in your computer. And by using cookies, websites identified okay what type of user preferences you have. For example, uh, sometimes we have whenever we are doing authorization or authentication, right? Uh, so uh, browsers generally add certain kind of cookies. For example, they can add your theme. For example, if you go to a particular website, you have changed your theme, right? It will basically set into the cookie, which is basically nothing but stored into your system, right? So your client setting or your user's preferences are basically stored in your cookies. You can see the cookies. I will recommend you to download this plugin. So let's see which plugin you can use. So you can use added this cookie plugin for Chrome, right? As well as if you want to see the cookies, you can enable here, right? It will looks it right. Let me see where it is. Yeah, all right. So this is how it's look. Let me Yeah. So this is how the cookies looks like. So you have lots of cookies here on this page, right? So we have HSDS cookie with some value. So cookies are nothing but the key value pairs. In that case, they have some expiration, they have some path, they have which domain they belong to, and if they are host only, session based, secure, or HTTP only. So you have different types of cookies in that case, right? You can also see that the cookies, if you go to console, type document dot cookie, it will also print out the all the cookies in a string format, right? So it's a little bit messed up, and that's what you're seeing here. Make sense? Right. Let's move on to the other slide. Right. So now let's jump into the JSON basics, which is very important concept. And if you understand this concept, trust me, API testing will be very, very easy for you. So what is JSON? JSON is a basically JavaScript object notation, right? It's basically when we want to exchange the data between browser and server, and data can be only be text format, and that is where we use a JSON, right? So basically, you have a client, you have a server, right? And they can communicate with each other with using the HTTP protocol, but they should agree on a particular format, and that is what the format is. So you can have a XML based format or a JSON based format. So right now, most of the time right now you will be using JSON format, which basically looks very similar to this one. So let me show you. So this is a typical JSON looks like. So so you send the data to the server. Server will send you a response. So this is the JSON they will send you. This JSON will be basically parsed or basically consumed by your browser and will basically be presented to you in that case. So most of the things are basically behind the scenes are happening with this JSON, right? And these are nothing but a key value pairs. And right. So let's jump into theoretical concept first, and after that we'll. So JSON is basically a simple text, and we can convert to the JSON JavaScript object into the JSON format, right? And you can send to a server, server can send you this thing. So we are agreeing on a particular format. It is nothing but a format in that case. Uh, right? It's a language independent. That's why your client can be in your Python and server can be in your C Sharp, but they are agreeing on a simple format, which is JSON, right? Uh, so let's learn about the what are the different data types of JSON. JSON can be string. A simple JSON looks like this. We have curly brackets. We have this curly brackets, and after quote, we have key and value. So key is name. We have value is John. Now suppose server want to send you the information about a particular user. It can send you this simple JSON that I have a key name and this is the John is the value. Similarly, you can have number. John age is 30. John is an employee. So object, it can send you an object. Object is nothing but a nested JSON, nested objects, right? So this was a simple JSON which contains key value. Now it can be a part of an employee, right? So we have curly braces, curly braces. Employee is a key and value is again a key value pair, right? It's key value pair, key value pair, key value pair, right? Let me show. So it is again a key value pair, key value pair, key value pair, right? And it is again uh, between this object, right? So employee is an object which contains the information about this user, right? Yeah. We can have JSON arrays. So array is nothing but multiple employees. For example, server want to send you multiple employee. It can send you John, Anna, Peter, right? And similarly, you can have Boolean status also. For example, if John sale is true or false, means anything like it doesn't make sense, I don't know, but yeah. You can have null values in JSON also. So value can be null, but key cannot be null. So your key, middle name, name, age, it cannot be null in that case, right? So this is the typical JSON looks like. I'm going to zoom in here. And we have, for example, we have page is equal to 2. So right now it's giving us value. Key is page, values 2, paper, total pages. We have data. Data is an array. If you see square brackets, as I told you, right? If you see square brackets like this, yeah. If you see these kind of square bracket, it means an array. And if you see this thing, it's mostly an object, right? And let's move on. Yeah. So we have a data array. Array contains an object. Object contains key value pairs. So we have lot, right? And yeah. So let's learn about what is JSON stringify. So stringify a JSON JavaScript object. Imagine we have this object. For example, we have name is equal to John, age is equal to 30, city is equal to New York. And using this JavaScript function, JSON.stringify, you can convert this into a particular string. So let me show you in the demo. You can open the console, developer tools. You can go to this three dot, more tools and developer tools, right? Go to console, right? So suppose I have this object, right? This is a JavaScript object. Let's do enter. So you have this thing, right? And you the string object, right? And so if you want to parse a particular JSON, you need to parse, you can use JSON.parse, and after that you can use with the object dot, right? So let me show you again the same demo. And suppose let's store into a another variable which is p, right? So if you do p is basically a string format. It's just in a JSON, which is a JavaScript object notation in a string format. So everything is a string. Right now, key value pairs are in string. What you can do is that you can do parse of p, right? So it will basically gives you like this, right? And after that, you can access a particular, for example, name, and you can access age, right? So if you want to access a separate key value, right? You can use JSON.parse. You need to enter the string in a stringify format. So whenever server sends you in a string format, you need to parse the response using JavaScript.parse, and after that it will return you a particular object that you can use with a dot. So what do you mean by this is basically you can have another variable which is basically object2, and let me clear this all the things. And now you can do object2 dot age, right? You can also use square bracket with age, right? So both of these methods work. Make sense? Similarly, you can get city, name, and let's do a complex JSON, right? Now you have already understood the concept of JSON, right? So let's come again here. Let's do variable promote it equals to this thing, right? Let's clear that here. If you do promote, it will be a JSON object, right? If you're going to get promote.person, these are directly available, right? You can go to this link, you can play around. This is like a JSON playground. If you want to access product, right, you can directly do that with promote.product. Makes sense, right? And suppose now you want to access John Doe, right? So John Doe is a person. It's a first we have an object person, and after that we have a name, right? So promote is an object that is returning right now. So if you can do dot person, it will return you the whole object. I want to get the only name, John Doe. Make sense? Similarly, you can use like this also. You can have person, you can have square brackets, name, right? So both of these formats works. I will recommend you to go with this one, second one. It's a little bit easy, right? So this is the demo that we are already discussing. You can go to this link, you can play around with it. It contains every type of a JSON. We have string, we have number, we have date, we have Boolean, right? We have an object, we have an array. So if you want to get an array, it's promote email, right? If you do an email, okay, but it's not an email. Yeah, so let's do email. Give me 1 second. Yeah, so it's basically under the key of person, right? So if you do, we are getting both of the email. You can get the length of it, okay, two length. You can also basically get the first one. You can get the second one. No, we don't have second one, we have 0 and 1, right? So array starts with 0 element, index, right? Similarly, you can use promote person, right? And similarly, you can have email. Again, the similar one, you can use one and 0, right? Makes sense? Both of the formats work. So that's how you can play around with the JSON. I will recommend you to play around with this thing and put it in the comment. What you need to do is that you need to get the spouse, you need to get the parent, and you need to get this date of birth, right? That you need to do these three tasks. Okay. Uh, Apart from this, what are your tasks? Is that read this article that I have given you. Let me zoom out a bit. Read this article, read about all type of authentication if you are interested in learning it. I have written extensive guide about different type of authentication. For example, we have no auth where we don't need to pass any kind of authentication. We can have bearer token where you will pass a single token to get your authorized. Basic auth username and password in a base64 format. Digest is basically password encrypted. Anti-NLM auth 1 or 2 Hawk, and I will recommend you to watch to read this article how you can do that, right? Thanks a lot for watching this video. I hope you have learned something new about the web authentication and cookies basic as well as JSON. Do the task and I'll see you in the next video. If you have any doubt, comment down below. I'll be happy to help.